everyone. You can hear us better now. Weird. It was my headphones.
Weird.
The joys of streaming and having to manage audio inputs and video inputs and also try to DM a stream at the same time fucking sucks. Anyways, hello everyone.
Yeah.
When we last left off, you guys continued through the Mad Grinner's little dungeon and had a fun time, I think. I think everybody had a fun time down there. Dealing with basilisks and other things.
Dragon doors.
Boulders.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, Bernard face-checked a boulder.
And long story short, you guys survived the strange dungeon, acquired a black diamond that somehow had an individual speaking from inside it, known as Vonnegeist. But the party did not reveal that to the Mad Grinner when they met the Mad Grinner, who was looking for said diamond. They kind of just kept that secret to themselves, to which the individual living inside the diamond thanked them very much and offered to reveal to them the location of the exact location of the Sunsword Shard in the Shadow Rift, speaking that it was in his actual tower and still there. So that's fun. And after dealing with this strange dungeon and getting out relatively unscathed, somewhat, relatively not dead.
We're very scathed.
I lost my recap notes. And the party kind of just ended up outside of the little home that he took over as a dungeon underneath the town and arrived in a large gothic village/city just on the inside Sithicus, known as Har-Thelen. And it's bustling. People are moving around in carriages, walking around, doing their thing. It's raining a little bit. It's probably 6 p.m. So the sun is, well, if there was a sun in this area of Ravenloft, it would be setting right now, but it's nighttime, it's raining, and there's a cold kind of fog in the air.
Oh boy, alright, where do we go now? We need to find that shard. I don't think we have any leads, do we?
Which one are you looking for? The one...
Who are you, Justin?
Vonnegeist, the one inside the diamond.
Oh, you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's supposed to be one here in Sithicus.
Ah! Are you by chance looking for the one in Nedregard Keep?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, if that's...
Well, the locals call the place... The locals used to call the place the Keep of the Black Rose when Lord Soth had ruled over it.
Ah, that sounds familiar.
But it has since been renamed to its original name as Nedregard Keep.
Well, that's a good direction. Thanks.
It's just to the west, outside the city gates, if you're all interested.
So, is this just like...
Oh yeah,
a voice
completely audible.
That's in... It's almost as if it's like telepathic bond is...
Nope, completely audible.
Oh, it's just coming from the gem.
Yeah.
Out
loud.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, I guess okay. Yep, sounds good. Guys, what do you think?
I mean, we're here. We might as well go for it, yes?
I'm feeling pretty scraped up. I think.
Yeah, you all should probably not go there right away.
Yeah, I feel like...
severely haunted. It used to be the home of, well, Lord Soth and his Death Knight Order, but it is no longer. But spirits do remain. And Azrael Dak, the sort of leader of this domain, it's his home now, but he never goes there because of the severe hauntings that take place.
Alright, maybe we should hire a cleric or something for a little mission if there's one willing to join us.
Good luck.
So that I can turn undead, maybe? Who knows?
Yeah, that's not my specialty.
Oh boy. Me neither. Hey, Una,
Yeah, Bernard.
you're pretty good at sniffing out the pulse of the towns. How you feel about finding a tavern or inn combo and getting some rest before we head out any further?
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice to find a good tavern, Bernard. I'm always on the lookout for those.
Nice.
But why don't we just take a snooze in the old homestead, Ophelia's carriage?
I mean, we could just plop it out outside here. I mean, really, there's nothing stopping us. But I figure if we go to a tavern or inn, we might be able to ask the locals things about this place we're trying to head to. Maybe get some information that will let us prepare better for what we might come in contact with. We already know ghosts, but I mean, yeah. You know, that doesn't... There's only so much we can prepare for ghosts.
You think we're good to talk on them on our low steam level right now, Bernard, though?
What do you mean?
Man, we're all pretty scraped up from that
Oh yeah,
fun.
that's why I said it would be a combo. Do an in-tavern combo if there is one.
All right, might as well get some wine into me before this wonderful, wonderful time we're all about to have.
Oh, Justin, what time of day is it?
It's well, you can't tell because there is no sun right now in Sithicus. So it's night. But it's probably 6 p.m.
Okay. Wait, so we were... Because it was night... Well, I mean, it was kind of getting close to night when we left the wagon, right? And then went into the spider stuff?
I completely understand.
Well, I mean, like, so we feel like it's been a whole day?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like it's been a whole day.
Alright. Okie doke.
All right, and Una's gonna. Are we still in the house? The
No, you guys
house?
left.
We did leave.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Because you guys had a short rest and then you left.
But we did have a short rest.
Correct.
Did we?
Okay, I didn't know we... Okay,
Yes.
cool. I'm gonna do some of that stuff then.
And as you guys are doing that, the voice pipes up again and says, "If you're looking for a place to stay, I know of two taverns in Har-Thelen. I've passed through here from time to time when I wasn't, trapped in this infernal thing. There's the Banshee's Tear Tavern, and there's the Wailing Banshee. Very thematic.
Very thematic, yes.
That said, just from what I can tell from most of you, the Wailing Banshee is most likely not your ideal place to go. It's an inn slash tavern. Well, inn, but they only permit humans, and they don't offer meals. But again, they don't. Well, they only admit humans, and none of you are human. So,
Kind of rude.
yeah.
That's very rude.
Yes, it is. Then there is the other one that I had mentioned. As I check out my mind bank. And it is a tavern and eatery, the Banshee's Tears, and has a friendly atmosphere towards newcomers such as yourselves. So,
Good job, Una.
you're welcome.
All right. All right. So I guess we're not going to the Screaming Banshee. All right. I guess let's go head over to the other one.
Yeah, very much that one.
Do you need directions?
Can you see in there, little guy? Big
I'm
guy?
not little.
Well, you do fit in the palm of our hand right now, currently.
Yes, currently.
So for the time being, you can be little. It's not an offense.
You can't speak to me anymore with your
Una,
disrespect.
guys really don't like being called little.
I've gone from 3 feet to
Who
8.
said I'm a guy?
Fair enough, you know.
No, that's
Devil,
another person.
demigod.
That's another person I am not speaking to. So,
I'm the one holding you.
for now,
Oh, beg your pardon. What was your name again?
Vonnegeist.
Vodageist. Okay.
I am indeed a man.
No, okay.
Just having a little bit of fun. I've been trapped in here for, I think, a millennia? Maybe more? Either way,
That sounds pretty boring.
you have no idea.
Alright, yeah, give us directions.
Go down the central street here for about 10 minutes, and it's the first building on your left.
What does it look like?
A tavern
Yeah, okay.
with a sign that says Banshee's Tears.
Wait, that's the one we didn't want to go to, right?
No, that's the Wailing Banshee you don't want to
Banshee.
go to.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 Banshee
Mm-hmm.
ones. Okay, that's okay. Oh. Oh no.
That sounds like foreshadowing, guys.
There actually isn't any Banshees in Har-Thelen, if that's what you're worried about.
Oh.
That
Not
we know
yet.
of.
Alright.
What do we see as we're going through the town?
Lots of gothic-looking buildings, very Victorian-esque. People milling about. They all look kind of sallow and depressed and sad, kind of milling about. Depressed and sad, but almost like they have fight to them, if that makes any sense. Almost like they're
So
oppressed. Like almost like they're
They've got
oppressed
some-
and they're not happy about it.
Oh, okay.
Like they're kind of not super comfortable with the newcomers. They all kind of give you like
Right.
each of you kind of weird glances. Not weird glances, but more like focused glances, like they're trying to assess
That still seems kind of refreshing, though.
who and what you
'Cause
are.
everybody else is usually just like, okay, my life is shit.
Welcome to Ravenloft. One of these ones, very burly, muscular, dwarf man with like a red beard and kind of like tons of little beads braided through it, covered in tattoos. There's a huge kind of gash on his forehead that's like scarred over, and it's actually kind of made like his eyebrows kind of not grow hair, but also like swell and kind of obscure most of the top half of his eyes. And he kind of just waddles over and goes, "Newcomers, eh?"
Yeah.
What's your business in Har-Thelen?
Just passing through, looking for a place to stay for the night.
Oh. Good luck. And he kind of just returns to his little alleyway and goes back to communicating with another couple dwarves that are standing there.
Can we tell if he was trying to sell us something or anything?
Oh no, you can easily tell he had nothing on him. He just walked over and was just like trying to like figure out what your business is.
How did he compare to everybody else? Did he seem like more kind of oddly chipper or?
Oh no, same kind of demeanor.
Okay.
And he just goes back to his grouping of like another couple of dwarves, and they start talking again.
Friendly bunch.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of surprising. Everybody seems a little like they got some spunk in them in here. Everybody's got that little bit of angry pep.
They don't like Azrael attack.
Is that the guy
Yeah.
in the stony?
Oh boy. Do you think you talking out loud's gonna, like, draw unwanted attention?
I need permission to speak in your heads.
Oh, you don't. But. Okay, so the voice isn't coming from the gem.
Oh, it
I
is.
mean, like,
But if he wants to, I'm not gonna reveal a lot of stuff. He's saying
no,
I
I'm
need.
just, I'm,
It is coming from the gem.
okay, but how do I perceive it?
That
is
is
what
coming
I'm
from the
asking.
gem out loud.
Okay, so it's not. It doesn't feel like it's in my
Nope.
head, like if someone was talking to me
Nope.
in my head. Okay, thank you. Sorry, that's where I was like, what? I was a little confused.
If you don't want me to speak out loud, I need permission to speak in your heads.
Get my vote, bud. Go for it.
Excellent.
Okay.
I mean, I thought you weren't speaking to me, but you have it.
That was a joke.
Whenever you're ready to speak to me again.
At least you didn't call me little.
Petite, is that a better word?
No.
Small bean? No.
No.
Worse?
Just stop. Don't refer to the size at all. No.
I need to look up
All
something.
right. As we go through, we see all this stuff, and then we get to the tavern.
Yep, and on the sign is like it says like a big wooden sign. And there's like etched into the sign is like an iron banshee, draining the soul of a poor withered man.
And this is the Banshee's Tears?
Yes.
Neat. This looks welcoming.
We've been worse places, Bernard, haven't we?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, obviously.
Hey, the last time you were in a tavern, it ended wonderfully for you.
You did.
It did.
Oh, very well.
Just keep that energy going with you, and maybe this night will be just as great.
What are you playing?
I'm just trying to get us psyched up, you know? Let's not
Yeah.
go in there with a bad attitude.
I don't
What's
know.
the worst that could happen? We die. That's the worst. We're not going to because, you know, dying here is bad, but.
Not for you.
But yeah.
Was that one in my head?
Nope.
Okay. Hush you.
All right, let's go inside. See what we got. See what we're working with.
Alright. You guys step inside, and there's skulls floating everywhere with little candles kind of embedded in the top of the skulls. And there's like a light kind of blue flame emitting from each of these candles, and the skulls are kind of like floating around and going and chittering like.
That's upsetting.
And there's people
I
kind of
love
just
them.
there's people sat at the bar counter drinking. This is like the fullest tavern you've seen yet since you guys have been in Ravenloft, like since Barovia, blah blah. You've never actually seen a full packed tavern. Even the werewolf tavern wasn't exactly packed. This one is This one is like jam packed. Like there's not much wiggle room to get around in here. It's like full, and there's people, boisterous people, and then behind the counter you see this pale-skinned individual, kind of very gaunt in the face, skin pulled tight against the bones, long black hair kind of cascading down the back and tied up into like a weird man bun. And then they're wearing like a long, flowing, velvety, verdant, emerald green frock coat underneath like a black vest and a big white bolo tie. And he's kind of just gesturing towards these floating skulls, and his eyes are kind of goldish, and he's gesturing towards them, and he kind of does like a flourish with his hands, and the skulls start to like sing this really unearthly, dark gothic, but like kind of beautiful like hymn, like a choir.
Cool.
Alright, so maybe we should talk to the bartender, see if he knows of anybody talking about that keep. If any people have come in talking about it. See if we can find those guys and probe them for info. How's that sound?
Sounds good, but for how many rooms do we want? Ophelia, you want to share one with Bernard and I'll share one with Nesla?
We'll see how many are available, right? We can just ask how many are available.
I'm just contingency planning.
I think we should see how many are available before we make that choice.
All right, fair. Una's gonna walk up to the bar.
Okay, and the individual looks to you, like the man behind the counter kind of turns to you and goes, "Interesting. We don't get many furbolgs in Ravenloft nowadays."
That's right, you're huge.
And he flashes a smile, and you see two very sharp canines. Interesting.
Oh, when was the last time you saw one of my kind around these parts?
Never.
Ah, well, I'm glad you could see one in the flesh, or the fur. Ha!
Right. Can I help you?
Do you have any rooms available? I see it's pretty packing in here tonight.
We do. We have one.
How big's the bed?
Big enough.
Big enough for...
One person?
No.
It's a room and you have there's four kind of suites off of it.
Wait, what?
That means there's 4 bedrooms off of the room.
Oh.
Hmm. Yeah?
So, you have one room of 5 beds?
Yes.
Okay. How much?
15 gold a night.
Alright. I think we'll take that one.
Interesting. How many nights are you planning on staying for?
For now, just the one.
Alright. It's 15 gold per person.
Oh. So, 60 gold. Alright, here you go.
And he kind of just stands there, not really reaching out to touch your coin purse or anything. He kind of puts on a glove eventually. He puts on a glove.
Don't touch my coin purse.
He pulls out he puts on a glove and holds out his hand.
Alright. 1, 2, 3.
60 gold.
He puts it under the counter, takes the glove off, and kind of like does another gesture with his hand. And there's this magical cleansing that he does to his other hand. And he's like, "Right, so you all look terrible and like shit."
Yeah, I think I'm still bleeding from, like, my rib here. Ugh.
Great, I have to clean that. Alright. Can I do anything else for you? Any of you?
What do you guys want to ask?
Your friends are very quiet.
Oli and then the Una, they made a good point earlier. We don't have a Where do you think we should look around for some potions?
No magic shops here.
What do you know about the keep?
Oh, interesting. Lotz was once commanded by Lord Soth and his Death Knight Order of the Black Rose, but after he was kicked out of this lovely domain by the Dark Powers, his order went with him. And now, it is the home of Arziel Dak, but he never visits it because he's scared of the creatures that haunt it. That's what I know. I also know if you die in there, you join the spirits.
Neat. So, what, do you know any specific stuff? Has anybody ever gone in and come back out?
No.
Oh.
No one really goes
except for
there.
the guy that actually lived there.
He doesn't even go there.
Yeah.
He owns it, but he doesn't go there.
Do you know where he is? Maybe we could get more information.
I may. And he puts his glove back on and holds out a hand. I might, no.
Oh gosh. Una, how much should I give him? Do you know? I don't do this very often.
I'm normally the opposite, Bernard. Normally taking the money. Obviously, like, I'm like whispering to him.
I'm just buying some time as I pretend to count coins in my coin purse.
Come on, help me out, quick.
Just give him like 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, okay.
Don't count out 10 gold pieces.
Okay. 10 gold pieces. Interesting.
What?
Well, what's interesting about your gold pieces is whose face is on them.
Did we get rid of all those?
No.
No. Okay.
Look,
Cool.
They are still very much Strahd branded.
So you hail from Barovia.
I thought it was just the
Nope.
what you call it, Electrum that had the
Nope.
face of him.
All currency from Barovia.
Cool. Yeah.
Interesting. He kind of just pockets the coins, takes his glove off again, does the same kind of magical hand waving, and cleans his hand off. So,
He's familiar with quarantine.
Azrael Dak lives here in Har-Thelen. But to get to him, you need an appointment. He is the political ruler of this domain. But he's not the Dark Lord. But he's still the political ruler.
And
Alright.
how do we get an appointment with him?
You'll figure it out.
Okay. I imagine if we go into his business, he might not like it. Alright. Well, thanks for the info. We're probably gonna turn in unless you got some good booze.
It's a tavern. What do you think I have?
Well, not all taverns have good booze.
Bernard, don't insult him.
I'm
His
not
tavern
insulting,
has
I
the
just-
best booze, obviously. That's why it's packing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But what
That's actually not why it's packed, but thank you.
What's the hubbub around here?
Stay long enough and you'll find out.
Define long enough. A day, 2 days, a week.
Okay, hold on. Is this like a whole? I'm sorry, this is kind of metagame, but Bernard's gonna start looking around. Are there other people with sharp canine things? Are we in like a blade
Make me a really
like,
good
dance
perception
wave
check.
situation?
Make me a really good perception check.
Oh god, that's not.
Because metagaming
Bernard's
ain't gonna
thing.
help you out here.
Okay. We'll see what he gets.
I got a 12.
Doesn't appear like it.
Neat. Okay, yeah. Bernard doesn't say anything.
You guys are familiar with the movie Blade? No? No? Yeah.
Yep.
Jeremy knows what I'm talking about.
Alright, so you're gonna order anything, or are you just going to stand there and stare at me?
Yeah, what do you got? I mean, that's kind of what I was asking before. What you got?
Lots. Ale, wine, whiskey.
What's your house special here? What do you
So-
recommend?
Local brew?
Well, I can't exactly recommend anything because I can't drink any of it.
What's your strongest hooch around here, bud?
The whiskey.
All right, pour me a tall one.
Okay, it's 1 platinum.
10 gold.
Oh, okay. She'll put down. She'll take out 10 gold pieces and like hold it out on her hand, expecting him to glove up.
Just put it on the counter.
She'll put it down gently.
And like a spectral hand kind of rises up from beneath the counter and just scoops it up and goes back under the counter. So, alright, it's 1,000-year-old whiskey.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Does it?
Oh, heck
He pours
yes.
you a small little tumbler of it, and the little hand kind of the magical hand kind of just glides it over, and the hand is very like skeletal and like spectral looking, and just kind of like guides the little tumbler full of this dark amber liquid towards you.
Una just picks it up
Mm-hmm.
and kind of takes a whiff of it to see what like the notes are.
Doesn't smell like anything.
Does it smell like alcoholic?
It doesn't smell like anything. There's no smell to it.
She's gonna take a small sip of it.
All right, it goes down smooth. It tastes like vanilla and like. If you know what whiskey tastes like, it tastes like that, but no burn whatsoever.
Then
Just like
Una's
notes
gonna-
of like vanilla and like wood from the bourbon barrels, because they scorch the barrels a little bit with some whiskey making stuff. So it tastes a lot like smoke and vanilla.
Fantastic pour you got here. And she's gonna like down it.
Constitution saving throw. He's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's quite potent.
That one.
Not one.
Oh my god.
Una takes like a big, downs the whole thing, and Una, you feel warmth spread through your entire body,
Do you
You're-
have...
but you feel your brain kind of go numb a little bit, and you just fall unconscious, just pass out.
You do have advantage against
Aw.
being poisoned.
This isn't being poisoned, though.
Oh, okay.
Just a side thing. How does that affect her with the revive rogue stuff since she doesn't need to eat or drink at all?
Nope,
She just likes her. Okay,
you just pass
making
out.
sure.
Yeah, you pass out instantly. Just
8 foot tall, just
Ugh.
She's
Uh,
usually
Sorry
likes to
about
drink
that,
pretty
sir. Could you point me towards the bedroom? That totally came out wrong.
Uh, right. No.
Bernard's gonna
Need
pick
somewhere
up
to
Una.
put her.
Bernard's gonna pick up Una because he thinks, you know, he's probably the only one that could probably move her around.
Maybe you can not like pick her up. Maybe you can like under her arms because she is a big old fur bulg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Una's just
Dr.
gonna fire
Bunsen,
and
if you'll get her upper body, I'll grab her legs.
Yeah, okay.
Lord.
Oh,
Anyone
the one
else?
time.
Anyone else want anything? It's quite good if you pace yourself.
No, same thing happened to me last time, so
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, these two take turns.
How have you all survived?
Ooh, that is again a
Barely.
good question.
We
Do you have
haven't.
90 minutes?
No, I don't. I have to get ready.
Oh,
Either way, thank you for asking me my name. What are your names?
The name's Dr. Bernard Bunsen.
Oh, a doctor. Interesting. So 2 doctors. That's interesting.
I think the stream crashed as well.
Yeah, it's back up. So 2 doctors. Your kind don't last long here. And your name, Furry Man.
Bernard holds
Oh,
a high
yes,
five
I would be
for-
Nesla.
Alright. The room is up the stairs. 3 flights. First door on the left.
Alright,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Good luck.
Yep.
And he goes back to kind of like just controlling the skulls.
alright.
Right,
Ophelia's
Nesla.
not gonna go upstairs with them. She's gonna just chill in the room and get a sense of the vibe of this place.
Vibe check.
She's gonna vibe check. Like just
Insight
these-
check.
insight check. Oh, Lord. Yeah. She's pretty, she ain't wise. Not one.
It's a tavern.
Neat. We are amazing, guys. How have we survived?
Alright,
this
it passes
long?
the vibe check. She's gonna go upstairs.
Alright.
How's
This
Bernard
place
Nesla doing with Una's body?
Ophelia, this place is really bopping.
You guys
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
you guys struggle because she is a very large furbolg and it's hard to maneuver a large furbolg around and up flights of stairs.
Nah, I can carry a lot.
Oh no, you guys have some issues.
Okay.
These aren't wide staircases. You guys, they're like maybe wide enough for like one person. So you guys eventually get up the flights of stairs and get to the door that the owner spoke of.
We didn't need a key, right? Or did he give us a key?
He did not give you a key.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
You guys just went up.
Alright.
Nesla, my hands are full. Drop our legs and open the door.
Yeah, I'll just drop them. Go to push or pull.
The door opens by itself.
Okay. Gotta step off to the side.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
He just drags her the rest of the way in.
Alright, you get into the room, it's very, again, it looks like it's decorated to look like it belongs to someone of nobility. There's lots of, like, very expensive gothic kind of decorations around. There's a large, like, tiger skin rug on the floor. In this room, it's more of like a den, like a hangout area, a lounge. There's a roaring fireplace, velvet suede armchairs kind of all around the fireplace.
So fancy.
There's a table covered in like tumbler glasses and various like whiskeys and stuff. And then on the adjacent walls, there's just bedroom doors. Just, and then a separate room, kind of on the north wall. Excuse me. That's looks like it's the washroom. And there are no mirrors.
Yeah.
Should we just prop her up here or take her into one of the rooms?
No, here we go.
And he'll just toss her on the bed in the main room.
There is no bed in the main room.
Oh.
It's the lounge.
Okay, never mind then.
The
Is
suite
there
chairs.
a couch?
Yeah, it was like a kind of like a suede red velvet
Oh
couch
gosh,
also near the
is it big
fireplace.
enough for a furbolg?
Nope.
Okay. Are any of the beds big enough for a furbolg? I'll just put her down, leaning like mostly on the couch with her legs hanging over, I guess.
Okay.
And then just check the rooms to see how big the beds are.
4 posters that can fit maybe 1 person each. They're very
So
elegant
definitely
beds.
not big enough for a furbolg.
I mean, yeah.
Well, if it's big enough for a furbolg, then it can probably hold 2. Like it can hold Ophelia and Nesla, right?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, I'm being
Not sharing a
Dumb.
bed with Nesla.
yeah.
You say there's a whiskey bar, right?
Yeah, there's like tumblers and that all in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, I'm gonna start grabbing tumblers and bottles
Okay.
and start building a tower on Una's forehead.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Jeremy, I love you.
14.
14. You build up maybe like 7 tumbler glasses tall before it.
And if she doesn't wake up, I'm just gonna walk away.
She does not wake up.
Are all of the tumbler glasses broken?
Yep. And there's a
What
kind of,
is just gonna wake up with whiskey glasses broken all around?
there's kind of
There goes our deposit.
there's kind of like a curling flame that kind of jettisons out of the fireplace and manifests into this small little red skinned creature, maybe about 2 feet tall, leathery wing that's wearing like a little gray vest, like a waistcoat, and a black bow tie. He's like, "How may I help you?"
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Where did I don't know. Where did you come from?
The fireplace.
Uh,
I'm here to clean up your mess.
Oh no, leave it. It'll be funny.
No, I'm cleaning it up.
Okay. Hey, Bernard,
What's up?
we got a little fella here. What was your name?
None of your business.
Okay.
Hey, Nunyo, what's up?
It's not my. So for the glasses, 5 gold each for the broken ones.
Was it 35? Here you go, little man.
Thank you. And he disappears back into the fireplace. And you can kind of hear him giggling as he disappears into the fireplace.
Did he clean them up or did he leave
No,
them?
he left them.
Okay. Look at Bernard.
Boy.
Totally gonna be worth it.
Maybe this was a bad.
I mean, did Ophelia follow us up?
After she did a vibe check.
Yeah, she's
on
there. Yeah.
the people.
I imagine she went to what that looked like was her kind of sort of following us up the stairs, and then she just looks over the bar and then just followed us up. Just did like a quick look over her shoulder, shrug.
It's a vibe.
And there's a knock on the door.
Who is it?
What do you think it is?
The mailman?
And he just kind of just phases through the door. It's an individual who was behind the counter. No,
Oh boy.
not the
I guess we
mailman.
weren't- I guess we weren't buying privacy.
Yeah, second person in the room.
No, you are, but I heard you broke something in here, so I had to come collect payment.
But the little guy
yeah.
payment, didn't he?
Little guy? Who are you talking about?
Your little fireplace butler.
Great. Sorry for your troubles. Just so you know, the feast will be beginning in about 10 minutes, so good. Again, sorry for the imp. And he kind of just steps out of the room, faces back through the door, and you can hear him go down the stairs.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna... Justin... We have some experience with vampires and whatnot.
Okay.
Yes, so is there like... Would you say I have already... Like, should I play Bernard as like...
You
kind
should
of
play Bernard
naive
as
to the whole
Bernard.
No, I know, but I mean... Like, I'm trying to understand if Bernard really has seen... Because all of this seems kind of fishy on the surface, but I, like, didn't
I don't know.
him
Make a
very
decision.
well. Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay. Neat.
Is the guy still there?
No, he left.
Okay.
Alright, what do you guys think?
I am feeling a bit peckish, but 2 people in the room in the last like 30 seconds. Don't feel comfortable leaving Una here by herself.
Yeah, it's looking pretty weird. Doctor, what are you thinking?
I am thinking that we probably should have stayed in the carriage.
Yeah. I mean, we got a little bit of info. I mean, he did share quite a bit of info with us. I don't know what his whole deal is. But, what do you guys think did you guys, feeling alright after our little short rest we had earlier?
Not feeling great, but
Alright.
not feeling horrible either.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess, we should... I mean, we could leave, right? Just call it a loss with our coin and head out.
I don't think we should go anywhere until Una wakes up.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alright.
Yeah,
That's
it's about
that.
to be night anyway.
Yeah. Alright. Yep, that's that. I suppose we should, do the old sleeping shifts. I'll see if I can bring the mattresses in here in the living space. We could just line them up on the floor and do a little
And
camp out.
as you guys are talking, you hear like a bunch of like doors opening up in the hallway, like from upstairs, downstairs. You can hear like sounds of people kind of milling downstairs, starting to mill about and head downstairs.
I go stick my head out.
All right, you stick your head out and you see numerous kind of patrons of the tavern kind of heading downstairs, kind of murmuring to themselves about the performance and about the meal and the dinner.
So
And only Nesla hears this because his head is out the door.
Question: do we hear any music, or is it only
Nope.
only like people speaking?
Just the people speaking.
Okay.
Y'all think I should go check out what's going on? Or
Nah, I think we should stick together.
Yeah, Nesla, no offense, but the last time we let you go off on your own, you did kind of get sacrificed and die, and some shit happened.
hey, if you notice, I'm not the inebriated one this time.
Fair.
That's a good restraint. We should all try and keep our wits. This is a strange place. It's a bit different from the other places we've been to.
Yeah.
And when
Just,
do I? Oh,
keep the door open.
really? Keep the door open.
When I see what I think is the last person going down the stairs,
Okay.
I'm going to try to sneak over and watch from the stairs.
Well, you're on the 3rd floor, so you can't see anything.
I'll
You just see people
go
going
down.
downstairs.
Yeah, I'll go down, peeking around the corners or whatnot.
All right. You see people filling up the tables. The tables have kind of been like pushed, like the table's been pushed out of the way, and now there's kind of like chairs kind of all along the floor, and kind of in like the one corner tucked away, there's like a little stage, and the bar owner is kind of standing on the stage wearing both of his gloves and has like a long black velvety red cape on now, and he's like, "Greetings, everyone, and welcome to your dinner and show. The food shall be coming out shortly. They are just cooking the pig. I hope you all enjoy the show." And he kind of just lifts up his hands, Nesla, and you see all those skulls, all the lights, all the flames on the skulls get snuffed out, just. And above him, 2 kind of like candelabras light, and he just starts waving his hands around and creating like this like strange illusionary images that are like dancing around of like this woman with like long brown hair, like a red coat and a sword strapped to her side, and she's kind of like running through the woods, this like illusion, and then there's a figure kind of gliding after her in the woods, kind of like a vampire looking individual that you recognize as Strahd, and then the illusion changes and she's falling off a cliff where Castle Ravenloft sits, and Strahd is just screaming, and then that illusion shifts into just other people you don't recognize, like nobles, like eating each other, like cannibalism. You see a windmill kind of rolling, and some hags kind of like luring children into this windmill. And you see a bunch of other images that just don't make any sense, like a giant brain kind of slithering through this underwater cavern.
Does that brain look familiar?
You're not there.
I know,
And
but-
the brain just slithering through this cavern does not look familiar. And you see more things kind of like weird, like creatures slithering about. You see this large Death Knight like individual, like a armored individual, looks like it might have been a human man at some point, just cutting down villagers, just for fun it looks like, and kind of emblazoned on the pauldrons of this armor are black roses. And then the scene changes to this kind of large kind of masquerade ball, and all of the people there at the ball are drinking some red liquid and snacking on each other. And then, as like the illusions fade, he goes, "And now, I would like someone to come up on stage and be my assistant for the show."
I immediately go invisible.
Okay. And he kind of glances around, and this little dwarf woman comes up on the stage. She goes, "Ah, excellent." And he hands her this hat, and he's like, "I just need you to think of your darkest desire." And she goes, "Okay." And he pulls out just a massive golden, chalice, just studded with gems and rubies and diamonds. And he's like, "Well, that was fun." And he hands it to her, and she just looks up at him with like a big smile on her face, and she runs down into the audience and takes her seat again. And he goes, "Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Interesting." And he kind of just moves his hands, and the hat disappears. And it just keeps going on like this. People come up, he does like little magic tricks with them, and they go and sit down. And then after about 10 minutes or so, these 2 kind of large humans, very muscular, start wheeling out this wild boar on a metal kind of cart, and it's just apple in its mouth and a bunch of like other herbs and vegetables and other things are kind of all around it. And then more food gets rolled out, and he's like, "Enjoy your dinner, everyone." And he just kind of like just turns around and walks into the back of the tavern.
And everybody starts eating.
Yeah. Getting their own little plates and then sitting down at their table and eating.
Alright. I will go back upstairs, relay the show to them.
You guys hear an invisible Nesla talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come back in, close the door behind me. Alright. But relay the show. And seems to be quite a bit of food if anyone's hungry.
I don't know. Usually, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about this guy maybe being a vampire.
Yeah. I've known a couple of vampires.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Every single one of them wasn't bad until they weren't a vampire.
Well, the two I've had experience with were not all that bad.
Wait, who are the two?
Sorry, what's that?
Who were the two? Who were the two? I mean, I know Strahd, but
Strahd and my first contract. You saw him.
what was his name?
The other day, the visions we had, the man that spoke to us, or spoke to me,
Did I see that vision?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
To reiterate, it was the vision where there were children and they were crying and whatnot.
So it was like an orphanage?
Yeah, sort of. Not
Yeah.
really, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
like I say, my experience, I feel comfortable here. I'm going to get something to eat. You'd like to join?
I think I might stay here with Una, but Doctor, I think you'll be fine with Nesla if you want. If you wanted to grab something to eat.
All right, would you like me to bring you a plate?
You know what? I'll go down. It seemed fine earlier. Just don't break any more glasses.
Yeah,
Uh,
no. Nope, I won't break any more glasses.
And he'll go to Una and he'll like try to make her more comfortable, like see if he can take her her boots off at least.
Okay.
It's just like, oh jeez, she's got big feet. Yeah.
And I'll start heading back down.
All right. Ophelia?
Ophelia will follow, yeah.
So you guys get back down, and yeah, people are just kind of talking amongst themselves and eating. And the individual, the bar owner, is back behind the counter now. His cloak is off, and he's kind of wearing more of his tavern owner clothes, and he's serving drinks with that skeletal, like magical, spectral hand, and just smiling at people and going, "Oh, thank you for the compliment. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner." And he sees the two of you come down and goes, "Ah, how'd you like the show?"
I actually quite enjoyed it. You are missing a little bit of Strahd's story, though.
Oh, I know I'm missing a lot of his story.
Would you mind We partake in the meal?
Oh, of course, you paid for your room.
Thank you.
What are the rest? Well, I know the one is passed out. Where is the other one?
He's taking care of her.
Ah, well, it's very kind of him. Go, enjoy your food.
We'll go fix a plate and kind of walk around and try to listen in on conversations.
You can't really. There's a lot going on at once, and they're all kind of like talking over each other. So you get like snippets, like, "Oh, that was such a good show. Oh, that was so interesting. Did you see what he pulled out of the hat? Blah 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 blah." Stuff like that.
Also start looking for the people that got the door prizes. They still have them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dr. Ophelia?
Ophelia's gonna get some food and then kind of find a group of people and just kind of like, oh my god, what a good show, right?
Yes, it was so good. And you sit down at a table, and there's like a half orc there, and he's kind of holding what looks like a large diamond in his left hand, and he's kind of like trying to figure out how he's gonna fit it in his like traveling bag. He just can't get it in. He's like, "Oh yeah, great show. Why are you sitting at my table?"
Figured I could make a friend.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ozric.
Hi, I'm Ophelia. Are you from around here?
No, I decided to trek across the domains to come here for the show.
Oh, from where?
That was a sarcasm.
Hmm.
No, I live up the road.
Do you like it here?
I mean, it's all right. Ezreal Dack's an asshole, but he doesn't. He's kind of a pushover, so he's always in hiding.
In what way?
Well, he's always in hiding. He's not brave. He's a coward, but he's always in hiding, so no one can actually find him. And well, tell him what they want.
Do you know where he hides?
If I knew, I wouldn't be here.
Well, can you give me any other information on him? Like what he looks like?
He may be the political leader of this place, but he has no power here. But people fear him because, well, who knows why. But he's a dwarf, and he's a were-badger.
A dwarf were-badger. Oh, I will keep my eye out then.
Okay. If you want more description, he has a black mohawk. No beard, big bushy mustache.
Are there many dwarves in this town?
There's a few. I think there's about 20. Again, Azrael Dack likes to stay hidden. Why are you asking me about Azrael Dack?
Well, we're not from around here, and people seem to mention
I'll
him.
give you a fair warning. Be careful who you mention him around. A lot of us might not like him, but there are his loyal supporters still who, if they find out you're asking too many questions, will stab you in your sleep.
Yes, we've seen that the rooms here are not quite secure.
Oh, they're quite secure. Just the owner and his servant have had to step up their security lately.
They've had incidents with him in the past?
With his assassins, yes.
Is there any way to identify the assassins?
Not that anybody knows of. So for all I know, I could be speaking to one of his assassins right now.
I mean, I'll swear on whatever you want me to swear that I am not his assassin.
I don't think you are, though, so. Did you both get anything from the show?
Feels like psych, bolt.
Ah, no, unfortunately, I did not.
Hmm.
Bit of stage fright myself.
Understandable. Not many people are comfortable being around Vastrin. It's based on his parentage. Lots of judgmental people live in these places. You see, I'll fill you in on something because you don't want to offend Vastrin. He's very proud. He's what you call a Dhampir, so he's born from human and vampire.
Are
And
there others like him here?
no, he is the only one. His mother was the vampire, his father was the human. And it turned out his father, well, so I don't judge books by their cover, do you? His father was quite the asshole, and to everyone's surprise, the vampire, his mother, was a kind-hearted soul that a lot of people here in Har-Thelen liked her company, but there's always the ones who did not. You know, the judgmental types that all vampires must be staked, etc., etc.
Is she still living?
No, she was killed by a mob. They didn't want a vampire
About how
living.
long
They
ago?
didn't want a vampire living in their town, so they found her. They broke into the home and killed her. 100 years ago, from what I've heard. The Vastron was just a little boy at the time. He's quite kind to a lot of us here. We use this place as sort of a refuge in times of
Is
strife.
that is why there are so many of you here?
Correct.
So if it wouldn't be offensive for me to ask, how does he feed here?
How does he what feed?
Yes.
Well, he always serves lots of pigs, if that answers your question.
Yes.
You're like kosher because he drains all the blood.
And there has been times where ailing individuals, unhealthy individuals, have offered to feed him in exchange for curing them. And by that I mean them asking to be, well, again, you can probably figure it out. He doesn't turn anyone. The sick come to him, asks to basically be put out of their misery. And he does it reluctantly, but he does it.
So I get that he's a good man to these people.
Everyone here that you see in this building are quite fond of him and would defend him to their dying breath.
Understood.
And we think Azrael Dax's assassins are targeting him because, well, everyone likes him and nobody likes Azrael. Well, not everyone likes Vaster, and there are still the judgmental racists, so to speak, outside. But they never come in here, but you know what I mean. I myself, I'm an orc. People judge me for what I am, and he looks at the both of you. Ravenloft is not a kind place to people who do not fit in the human viewpoint. Unfortunately, You might have heard of the other tavern in town.
We have, yes.
Yes. Either way, this is a safe place for everyone, for all of you. And as long as you're kind to Vastren and don't, insult him, based on his heritage, based on his upbringing and all of that, you should be fine. Yes. And
Oh,
sorry if we all
thank
seem a
you.
bit abrasive in here. Again, can't trust newcomers. They might be working for Azrael.
Perfectly understandable.
Well,
Thank
enjoy
you
your...
for your...
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Enjoy your night. And he gets up,
And
finally
you as well.
having fit the diamond in his pouch, and he's like, Vassuden, thank you. Good show once again. And the half-orc kind of just leaves the tavern and goes outside.
Well, load up a plate. Kind of like try to catch eyes with the bartender and like a thank you. Hold it up.
He nods in your direction.
Ophelia almost take the plate up.
Ophelia will also go upstairs, yes.
Okay.
While they were gone,
Great.
Bernard was just cleaning up the glass since he just took off her shoes. He didn't want her to accidentally cut her feet. And he also wanted to make sure she was like on her side so that if she threw up at all, she wouldn't choke on it.
Recovering position.
Yeah. And then he did like he was talking about earlier because he, didn't hear any of this other stuff. So he's got pretty much a fort of mattresses and pillows in the main room set up around Una.
Okay.
And bring the plate in and slide it under the fort. Hey, Bernard, it's okay.
The password is Strahd as a ding dong.
Hey, Strahd was my friend.
He's still a ding dong.
It is just us. There's nothing to worry about.
Come on in.
I'm gonna get in this mattress fort. Hell yeah!
So,
There's
Doctor-
there's like a stick kind of wedged between the back of the couch and Una and Una's back, just to hold up like a blanket and like some of the mattresses.
Una, you wake up screaming.
Ah.
Oh my god, what the hell? What is going? And she's like, she basically falls like off the couch and she's just like freaking out. She's just like, what? How? What did?
Oh, God.
Why am I on a couch? Why
Yeah,
are
the
my
fort
boots?
just...
What the fuck, Richard? Ah. What the hell? And she just like throws the blanket off.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, whatever that was, I need more of it.
Why?
No, you don't.
Guys, you've seen me. I am fantastic with my alcohol. I hold it. I am a champ. But whatever was in that brew, oh my gosh, I've never been knocked down harder before.
What's everyone's passive perception?
10.
10.
23.
Okay.
18.
18. You two see that's like a skeletal spectral hand come out of the fireplace. grab one of the bottles of whiskey on that table and kind of just pull it into the fireplace, and the bottle disappears.
You little shit!
Hey, if that was you, you little imp bastard, we're not paying for that.
What?
No answer.
Yeah, he just took from a bar. That
If
just goes on
you
your
don't
tab.
bring back that whiskey bottle, so help me God, or whatever
I'm
thing
cutting
you
you
believe in.
off.
I've only had one drink! Who the hell are you?
The owner.
Oh, and Una's just gonna like rub her temples
Yeah, maybe
as
she's got a
she's still like
phantom
laying
hangover.
on the floor.
Here, I took your boots off. Here you go.
Una will take them and like put them on. She's like, "Thank you for making me comfortable, Bernard. Appreciate that." And she'll like sit up. So, you wanna fill me in on why I'm currently in a heap of blankets?
Oh, well, we didn't feel comfortable all being separated into different rooms, so I compiled all of the mattresses and blankets and pillows, and well, they were gone a pretty long time, and I got bored.
How long was I out for?
Probably like, I don't know, probably an hour and a half.
Holy shit! That is some good hooch. Huh. So, wait, so the Nesla and Ophelia went off on their own adventure without you?
Yeah, they just went and had dinner, watched a show or something.
So, what was the show?
I'd be butchering it. You'll probably have to get it from Nesla. Nesla.
It was really cool. And I sit down, start explaining it.
Una
That delivery.
Una takes a Una takes a piece of like food off the plate and just kind of snacks on it.
Okay.
We're having a sleepover. Can we braid each other's hair?
Good luck with Bernard.
Resistant to fire.
Oh yeah, Bernard, I feel met somebody down there as well.
Oh.
The way that he phrased it, Bernard's just like, gives her an eyebrow.
Yeah, it's a very nice half-orc.
And what'd you learn?
He gave us a lot of good information.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
feed me the info.
Okay. I was like, what? The fuck?
My brain needs sustenance. More info.
The Azrael dude, his last name, I don't know, it escapes me at the moment, is a dwarf werebadger.
No.
Yeah. He's got a black mohawk, no beard. Right, Nesla? That's
Yes.
what he said? Yeah. The owner of this place had a vampire mother and a human father.
Oh, that's weird.
Um,
But it's
really,
okay.
everyone likes him.
He drinks pig blood. Sorry.
Yeah. He's not a threat to us, from what I've gathered.
Huh. Okay. Neat. That's good information. I don't know. I suppose I could put these mattresses back if you guys want.
Also, he did say that we have to be careful who we mention Azrael to, otherwise we might get stabbed in our sleep by his assassins.
Oh. So we're all still sleeping together. Sounds good.
So it's basically like mentioning straw to the wrong person. We're used to that by now.
Yeah. It's a good thing we
So
asked about that guy here then.
my big question here is, Do we take our rest and move along, or
Yeah,
what
I mean,
Dr. Ophelia is? Should we try to help this guy out, and he might be able to help us out?
How do you suppose we help him out?
Uh, if, if we could even lessen the attempts on his life.
I think that the attempts on his life will be lessened if we deal with this Azrael. Which we go to this tower that supposedly belongs to him. We might draw it onto us and not him.
Just wondering if what if we could draw Azrael out of the tower? Because as they've been saying,
You guys would remember that the conversation said that you've heard across on that Azrael actually never goes to the tower because it's too haunted. The keep, rather. The orc did call him a coward.
yeah, so as I see it, it seems like we either go after this Azrael guy first or we go to the keep first. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get much from Azrael. Unless he's actually the one with the shard, if you have to grab it before he left. That'd be embarrassing if we went into this terrible, horrible keep, only to find out that this Azrael guy had the shard all the time.
No, but Von the guy said it was in the keep, right?
At
Right?
least he knew, right?
Pull the diamond up, right?
Yes.
Oh.
So it's in the keep. We go to the keep.
Last I knew, it was in the keep.
yeah, I was gonna say, when was the last time you saw it?
Long time ago. Back when I was not... Oh, that's not how he talks. Back when I was not in this gem.
So a
Which I said
millennia
was...
ago.
Well, 2 millennia.
Ooh.
The Sun Sword was shattered around the time Barovia became the first domain. So, around the time of the creation of Ravenloft.
So yeah, I think that gives us the information we need. We need to see if we can find this Azrael guy first. Then
One problem, no one knows where he is.
yeah,
Idea. He said if we asked around enough, somebody might stab us in our sleep.
and we could count on that. I like where you're thinking, Nesla. You say lay a trap for the assassin?
Yeah.
Nice. That could work.
I like that one. Yeah. Do we do it tonight? Tomorrow night?
Oh no, not tonight. We should definitely get some rest first before.
And we should
go out.
probably decide who's getting stabbed.
I mean, I'll do it if no one else is.
I could I could take a hit.
No, I think you
not in
need to
your
be the
current
one
state.
hitting. I think you need to be the one hitting because you can grab and get big, you know?
Yeah, that's why he should be close to me whenever we pounce on him.
I can hide the easiest, I believe.
So Nesla's not getting stabbed
Right.
again.
Yeah.
if I die, it's fine. I'll come back anyhow since we're not in the tower yet. So
Yeah, I think that's the key. So, uh, the doctors were not very stealthy. So if we were going to lay a trap for this assassin, it probably wouldn't work. So we'd have to be the bait.
Mm-hmm.
but what if one of you accidentally dies in the process?
I mean,
I can bring back.
Oh, you still got some diamonds on you.
Yeah, I still have like 2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ophelia. I am still. Ay. And Una takes another piece of food off the plate.
hey, you should drink some water too.
And then he'll just like give her his water.
Hmm.
She takes it.
Even though she doesn't need it.
All right. Yeah, that's a Nesla. That is a really cool plan.
Okay, so Luna, you're going to be the bait.
Yeah, I'll be the bait.
Yeah,
Oh.
both doctors are gonna need to be the bait because we can't sneak up on them. So we both have to pretend we're sleeping.
Uh,
Oh,
but Ophelia, maybe not, because if you die, I can't bring you back unless Bernard can.
No.
Or Nesla.
so this is what I'm thinking is Una, you go downstairs while this party is still happening. And oh yeah, by the way, there's a party downstairs right
Oh, a party. Oh, okay.
now. Anyway, go down, ask around about Azrael, make it somewhat obvious so a few people can hear you. When you come back to the room, stay in here. Doctors, both of y'all should go into one room so that you can watch each other. And I will hide at. I'm going to look around the room. Is there anywhere I could hide?
I mean, you can turn invisible, right?
Looking
Yeah.
around the room, if you want to look around the room,
Oh.
there are other bedrooms, but there's not really any place to hide in here.
Like I was saying though, we don't want to do anything tonight. I think a couple of us still are a little drained. And plus,
Are
it
we
is
sure
just,
there's going to be as many people here tomorrow night?
no, but I mean, from what I understand, this place seems to be kind of a refuge. So we probably wouldn't need to worry about who we talk to. About Azrael here. We need to go out around the town and ask people. Right?
The man told us to be careful while we were in the bar.
Yeah. What other place for the spies to be than the refuge?
Okay. So I guess, you guys, or, maybe the doctors will team up, ask way too many questions, and then come back to go to sleep, and you guys, just watch over us while we have a long rest.
How comfortable do you two feel about stirring the pot?
I've
well,
stirred many pots.
yeah, she's a pot stirrer.
I know all about asking uncomfortable questions.
This is gonna be fun. right, is that the
Are
plan?
we going?
Are we doing it?
Well, if you two feel up to it tonight.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
And I guess we're gonna go downstairs and mingle and go through a series of conversations with randos about this Azrael guy and just keep asking.
All right, what does that sound like and look like?
So he's pretty much gonna have the same conversation with everybody he goes up to, and it's pretty much gonna be like,
Oh, hey.
All right, the first person you come across is a bald dwarf covered in tattoos.
Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
It's pretty nice dig-dag shindig here going on.
Of course, it always is.
Well, I didn't know. I'm kind of new in town, so I was kind of wondering what was going on.
It's the weekly magic show and dinner that Vestren puts on.
Ah. Yeah, so who runs this town anyway? Like, I didn't notice very much in the way of, I mean, it's a very odd town. I've heard about a couple of strange structures and hauntings and things like that.
Ah. Well, it's not really run by anyone. It's some people would say it's oppressed, but it's not really run by anyone.
Wait, how would it be oppressed?
Some people think Azrael Dak oppresses the place.
Oh, how does he go about doing that?
By cutting off their food supply. Stuff like that.
Oh, and so this tavern is pretty much the only place that can get its hands on food?
Not necessarily.
Strange. Anybody ever see this guy?
No.
He doesn't ever like walk about
It's not wise to ask about Azrael Dak here.
here. Why here?
Anyone could be listening.
He just kind of looks around.
Neat. But what's that mean?
What's your name? My name is Gormak.
I am Dr. Bernard Bunsen.
I'm good with names.
Your name's Gornak?
Gornak.
Gornak. You got a knack for gore. I don't know.
He just turns around and walks away.
Okay.
You almost had it. You almost had it. I mean, you're doing great, sweetheart. Just piss off as many people as you can. Great.
I'm on it.
And that's how Bernard's conversations will go for the rest of the night.
You annoy a lot of tavern goers. You get the idea. Most of them don't like to talk about Azrael Dak, so it's just a lot of very just short answers like, yep. What about Ophelia? How does she fare?
Ophelia is gonna go outside the tavern
Okay.
and try and have the same conversations with the people on the street.
Okay. Passing by, you see a merchant. He's kind of wheeling a cart with like a mule, and there's like a bunch of like grains and food in the back. He walks past. He just nods at you.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Do
Hello.
you have a moment to speak?
No, but I can.
Here, I'll walk with you for a minute. Is that
Okay.
alright?
Yeah, of course.
So, I'm kind of new to this place, and I'm wondering what you can tell me.
Not
on
much.
Who runs the place?
Oh, who runs the place?
Yeah.
No one, but it's kind of overseen by Azrael Dak.
And who's that?
You don't know who Azrael Dak is?
No, like I said, I'm new here.
He's a dwarf.
And he runs this place?
You could say that. It's not wise asking questions about him.
Why? Is he an asshole?
Some people think so.
He is an asshole, isn't he? It's okay. You don't have to say it. But what does he? What has
The mule kind of
people
like
thinking that of him?
the mule kind of just goes. Oh, pardon. Sorry.
Why do people think he is an asshole?
People think he oppresses the place.
Why?
He points back to the cart. All of my harvest is going to one of his pickup points.
Oh. And she's gonna say this next bit like kind of a bit louder, but like not shouting it.
Sure.
She's like, wow, Asriel really does sound like an asshole, doesn't he?
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds very unfortunate. Well, thank you. Have a nice day.
And as you kind of like start talking about how loud how like kind of loud, a bit louder, how much of an asshole this guy is, the merchant looks visibly nervous and hurries off. Kind of like looking all around. And then he just kind of disappears
cool.
he disappears down another street.
Anybody else coming down the street?
No.
Huh?
People are actively
okay.
avoiding your area right now.
Tight. This is what I love. I'm gonna go back in the tavern.
Okay.
I think I did it. All right. Find Bernard, see how he's faring.
Even amidst the kind of talking and chatter, you hear a blood-curdling scream outside. And then what sounds like horse hooves coming in this direction, and then the front doors of the tavern kind of buckle for a second, like something just hit them real hard, and then the sound of horses gallops and disappears. Off in the distance.
He's gonna go up to him and just kind of like hand on the back and just like, I think it's time for us to go.
And Vastrin kind of stands up.
happened?
Vastrin stands up behind the counter and goes, "Who was the last person outside?" And that little imp appears on the counter, like he was invisible, kind of being sentry to the place, and points at Ophelia.
Yes, I was
Great.
outside.
That means you have the privilege of going outside and seeing what that was.
Alone?
Right behind you.
You can bring your friend with you, but I'm not risking any of my tavern goers for what you might have just caused.
That's perfectly fine. Let's go, Doctor.
And he kind of like motions for everyone to kind of like get back and go into one of the back rooms and hide.
Yeah. Bernard's gonna. You said it was a just like tavern door or whatever?
Yeah, like wooden doors.
Yeah. Bernard's just gonna pull his sword out and be like, that was weird. And he's just gonna like kind of put his fist on the door and then just shove it open.
Lying on the cobblestones in front of the door, about 5 feet away, is a human male, and his throat has been slit real bad. And as you both kind of get to it, it's the merchant.
Oh, Ophelia's just gonna kind of like, fuck.
And about 20 feet away, kind of near that alleyway, is a disemboweled mule.
Friends of yours?
I spoke to him, yes.
Oh no, what'd you say?
The wrong things, apparently.
that Azrael's a dig dog?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of what I said. I did say, I said, wow, he's kind of an asshole.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we better tear it in.
And Vastrin's still standing behind the counter saying, "You're audibly talking about Azrael Dak out loud."
Oh, wait, what?
Vastrin's still behind the counter. He motioned for everybody, the patrons, to go and hide.
Oh, we were outside.
No, he can still see you guys and hear you guys quite easily.
Alright. yeah, we're going to sleep. We're gonna turn
Nope.
in. Oh, I'm tired.
Nope.
Wait, why?
You're not coming in.
Oh, no?
If you've been speaking about Azrael Dak, this place is in danger currently. Unfortunately, I can't let you in because you've probably been marked as targets now.
Oh, cool. Alright.
Right.
Hola, Nesla.
You guys can't hear them.
Could you tell our friends to join
Oh,
us?
yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. I should probably kick them out, too. One moment. And he closes
That's
the
a
door
good
and
idea.
locks it. And then, Nesla and Una, you guys hear a knock on your door.
Stand behind the door and pull it open.
Hello, just me, Vastrin. Unfortunately, I might have to ask you and your friends to leave for a little bit. They seem to have caught the attention of Azrael Dak's assassins, and I don't want them coming into my tavern and killing my patrons.
Sorry about that. Yeah, they're great people. Just, yeah, so sorry about that.
Right.
So,
You all must be new here. Far
Yes.
newer
Yeah.
than I picked up on. Okay. Well, he tosses you the gold back for the room, minus 35 coins. So he gives you back. So here's, well, I'm taking 35 away for the smashed glasses.
Wait, Nesla, what's smashed glasses?
There's far more pressing matters
oh,
right
don't
now.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Please leave my tavern. You can come back in when it's cooled down, I guess.
Alright.
Well, if you're saying our friends are in danger, is there anything you can tell us about his assassins?
Don't ask questions. And keep an eye on the shadows, I guess.
Can Bernard, while this is all going down, can Bernard go have a look at that body?
Sure.
And he'd like to see if there is any odd liquid or marking like
Medicine
that
check.
might indicate, huh?
Medicine check.
Oh, damn it! I can't be investigation. Wah.
Throat slit, but there's nothing that stands out.
Okay, I do not see any... like they used any poison or anything. Cool. Alright.
That's all he did.
I could bring him back if we want to.
That's up to you.
I am putting this decision with you right now.
No, I mean, what is... you can't put that on me. I don't even know
I
this
don't want
guy.
that decision.
How long do you have?
You guys aren't there yet.
Like a minute. I don't know if I could do it then.
Oh, yeah, you don't have, it's been more than a
No.
minute.
Yeah.
It's been more than a minute, but Una can talk to the dead. Can't she?
And at that moment, the front door opens, and Vastrin just kindly ushers Nesla and Una outside, closes the door again. No hard feelings or anything, but
Yeah,
I care
nothing.
about... I've known these people longer, and he closes the door and locks it up.
Alright. Huh.
Alright. So,
And Nesla and Una, you guys are kind of standing with Ophelia and Bernard down and looking down at a human man who has had his throat slit and just lying in the street.
Yeah.
so that's a little ominous there.
Did
What
you,
happened?
yeah.
Guess I missed the second party.
Yeah, hey, doctor, did this guy say anything about what he was doing, where he was going?
He was taking his grains to a pickup point.
Did he say where that was?
No, he hurried off pretty quickly after that.
What
'Cause
direction?
I did.
Do you think he'd tell us if you asked him from the grave?
He did not seem too willing to talk to me after I very audibly said that Azrael was an asshole.
Ooh.
So, Bernard, you could talk to him. You want me to?
I
She'll
mean, you could
gesture
talk to
towards
him,
the
too.
body.
You could do it. We just need to know where the drop-off point was. Or the pickup point, or whatever it's called.
Alright. Udo casts Speak with Dead on the dead merchant.
Okay. Still lying, still on the street.
Hey, bud, where was your grain rendezvous at?
No answer.
Does it look like the spell had any effect on him?
No.
Is he dead?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Una, make me. Trying to think here. Religion or Arcana, based on what you know about death and stuff, or insight. Insight,
Okay.
based on your knowledge of death and stuff.
28.
28.
I have a plus 13.
So you know,
Damn.
you've been in Ravenloft a long time. You were born in Barovia. And you do know that some people, well, you do know that people born in Barovia had a chance of not being born with a soul. So you know what it looks like when somebody has no soul or their soul's been sucked out. And this individual clearly does not have a soul.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't, this guy won't be talking to us anytime soon.
I'm going to
There's
look
no,
around. Does it look like there are any tracks or anything since it's been raining?
Yeah, actually. You can see horse tracks going off to the south, like behind you, in the opposite direction. And then you can see where the carriage wheels were going. And just so you guys know, if you're looking up rules for Speak with Dead, the spell does not return the creature's soul to the body, thus cannot speak to it.
Right.
And also, there's something else at play that I'm not revealing. So,
Yeah.
just in case people are looking stuff up.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't...
just in case y'all wanted to know, just looking at this dude here,
Mhm.
I don't think he's undead for one. So I know we've had that issue like every single time I've tried to talk to a dead person. It's just he
I
had
can't.
no
One second. I can't answer that question, Garrett. It'll spoil stuff.
Okay.
he had no spear to begin with, so which can happen in Barovia.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
not.
a
That's not what
thing.
you picked up. You know that people can be born without a soul, but it feels like his was siphoned out.
Looks like someone had his soul sucked out of him, and so that would explain why I couldn't get anything out of him. Interesting. Haven't run into that issue yet. That's one for the books. Kind of terrifying, kind of bad, but interesting.
Okay, well, with the rain coming down, I don't know how long these tracks will last.
So you can see the tracks from what look like a carriage and a mule going to the north and then down a side street, and then you can see horse tracks going to the south, both relatively fresh. And then obviously like foot traffic from people who are still wandering about and kind of like avoiding the dead body and kind of scurrying off into their homes.
Dr. Fila, you said this man was on a cart. So it looks like he went that direction, but it looks like whatever brought him back went that direction.
I wonder why they
So-
killed the doggy. Bernard's just like, why did they kill the mule? Or, yeah.
To send the message.
Well, you know what assuming does? Makes an ass out of you and me, and that, it's one ass over there, just looking over at the donkey.
Right. Well, let's get going. We got a tail to chase.
The horses or the carrot? North or south?
Are we looking for the meeting spot, or are we looking for whoever or whatever brought him back?
I think we should go for, who, dropped him off stork style over here. If they were at the meeting spot, probably ain't there anymore.
It'd probably, yeah, but yeah, the meeting spot we might find more clues. Whereas the other one, if we come to a dead end, nothing.
I say we follow the carriage.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Okay.
On foot? Or are we getting in the Ophelia mobile?
That
I
would
don't
take
think
like
we
a
have a
minute.
location to give the Ophelia Mobile.
And also, the Ophelia mobile is very noticeable.
Very, very noticeable.
All right,
On
let's get.
foot.
Let's hot feet. Let's beat feet. Let's go.
All right, rain's coming down. There's mud where there isn't, with the cobblestones. All right, you guys are following the carriage path, and it comes to a very narrow side street. It looks like kind of like one lane of traffic down it. And you can hear voices coming from down the street, kind of like hushed voices speaking. Does anybody know Dwarvish?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, but give me just 1 second. I've got a thing. Yeah, I understand all spoken languages.
Okay. You hear them talking, like saying, "Gornak, that was reckless. You should have waited." And then you hear another dwarf kind of say, "Oh, I couldn't. Yes, Gornak, you should have waited. You fucking idiot."
Okay. I am going to immediately cast Pass Without Trace and not going to say anything yet, but I'm going to motion for everyone to be quiet and try to walk up to that corner.
All right. You walk up to the corner.
Yeah. Go invisible, stick my head around to see who's there.
Okay. You see a carriage filled with grains and vegetables and other farm agriculture. And the dwarves are trying to figure out, like, they're bringing over like a horse they have. The horse is like kind of covered in like plate, and they're like strapping the horse now into the carriage. And there's about 12 of these dwarves, all kind of decked out in hard leather. They have short swords. They have numerous arrows and numerous daggers kind of all over themselves. And they're like strapping this horse and they're like checking the grains and everything. And they're like looking around to make sure no one's kind of looking for them. There's another dwarf there who looks very familiar. The one that had the beads kind of all in his beard and the very large eyebrows and the gash on his forehead. And he's kind of just like moving this dagger in between his fingers, and it's a black dagger, and there seems to be like a black ethereal smoke kind of wafting off of it. He's just kind of rolling it around in his fingers. And you can hear what sounds like hushed whispers coming from the dagger, like, yes, yes. He's just moving it around in his fingers. And he kind of tosses it in the air, then moves it around in his other fingers. Kind of like, it's just like dancing in his fingers, and he's just like, can we get going?
Alright, pull my head back around. I'm like, hold up like 12 feet. Like 5, 5, 2.
Wait, as in like, there's 12 people there?
Trying to communicate that without speaking, yeah.
Oh, so there are 12 people there.
That's what Nesla's trying to communicate silently with his
Oh
hands.
shit.
5, 5, 2, depends on how your character would interpret that.
Una looks at Nesla like this and does like a walking motion, as in like a person.
And Bernard holds up his sword as like they armed. Like, oh boy.
And then you can hear the sound of the dwarves kind of snickering a bit. And then, Nesla, you hear the one dwarf that was like kind of rolling the dagger on his fingers say, all right, let's get going. And you can hear the carriage start to roll away. And the sound of a horse galloping a little bit.
Oh, should we do?
Coming towards us or going away?
Going away.
They're leaving, but it's a lot of them.
I mean, we could try and follow him. That'd be quick. We don't
I
have
don't
to
know
fight him.
I don't know if you guys can keep up with the horse.
We don't have to keep up with the horse. We can just keep up with the tracks.
I turn invisible and stick my head around, wait until they're around the first corner.
Okay. And they kind of disappear down another side street.
All right,
Alright.
let's go.
All right.
All right,
Wait,
so
wait.
Oh.
Guys, before we go,
Ooh.
what if someone's watching? That
Well-
just kind of seems like
That's what
I
perception checks are
meant
for.
before we just go into it.
I think they're all together.
Let's. You sure you didn't see any scouts around or anything?
Not unless there's a lot of them.
Okay, Nesla.
Well, the guy in the bar did say there's about 20 dwarves in town, but there was only 12 of them here.
So, would it be bad to assume all the dwarves are in on this?
Did
Not
they
sure.
mention any names?
Gornak.
Gornak was the only name you heard.
The guy that has a knack for gore. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. That one you talked to?
Yeah. Nailed it.
Right.
I
He
do
also has a knack
appreciate
for
that
gore.
one.
He had kind of a fancy looking dagger though.
Oh, really now?
Gornak wasn't the one with the fancy dagger. It was the one that you guys spoke to on your way into the village.
Oh,
But his name, he didn't reveal his name.
I guess since I didn't stick my head around there, I don't know which one was actually Gornak though, right?
Oh no, when you stuck your head around. Oh yeah, no, because they said Gornak before you peeked around, so you have no idea who Gornak is.
Yeah, Gordak's this guy. Tattoos. I'll tell you about him. Let's get moving.
Right, yeah, and just stay close to me.
Right?
Una
Well,
has
Or
We'll
a.
just
following
pay
the
attention
tracks.
to the little puddles he makes with his feet in the mud when he's invisible.
Yeah. Alright, everybody, what's your marching order? Nesla first. Who's behind Nesla?
I'll be
Bernard.
behind Nesla.
Okay.
Who's behind Una?
I'll be behind you now.
Okay.
Alright, Bernard taking up the rear.
How fast are you guys moving?
Who's the slowest? That's how fast we're going.
So, standard jogging, running?
No, I imagine we're still trying to not be like caught, so we're gonna go at a sneaky pace.
All right.
Right?
Uh,
Right?
You guys are
Right,
sneaking
guys?
down a street.
Yeah,
but
but I mean,
I
like,
get it.
we're
I know.
not sneaking
know.
from
know.
everybody. We're just sneaking from those people.
All right.
So we're not gonna try and like look like we're creeping. We're just like.
So I understand. So you
strolling.
guys are strolling down a street.
Don't
Right.
look suspicious. Don't look
Don't
suspicious.
look suspicious.
Yeah, just following the tracks.
All right.
And trying to. I imagine we're trying to keep pace enough so that we see them just as they turn around corners, and so that we know where to go next.
They are moving quite fast.
Okay.
So they already like before you guys even like started following them, they had already gone around the corner. That
You
Nesla saw them
tell.
go around the corner.
They're gonna kill a little kid running across the street. They gotta slow down.
Already killed a merchant because I said someone was an asshole. I don't think they care about that.
So
we're going to lose them if we don't hurry up. You guys stay a little bit further back, and I'm going to.
I can hear Caleb laughing.
I am going to use as much movement as I need to scale a building to a rooftop.
Okay. And you're a monk, so you don't need to do any checks for it, so you can just go right up.
Parkour around, trying to find them, and
All right. So if you are parkouring from like rooftop to rooftop, I will need an acrobatics check.
come on, give me something good. Acrobatics. Oh, dirty 20.
Nice. So you guys can kind of hear like these soft footfalls, like as Nesla's like scrambling up on the rooftops now. And Nesla, you see the carriage kind of down another side street about 150 feet to the west. So go like so you guys are going west right now. So almost like okay, no, sorry, to the south. So they kind of went down another side street. So they're to your left. And they're about 150 or so feet away, and they're kind of at this intersection, like a four-way intersection, and they're kind of like looking around down these side streets and just kind of surveying the area. And then the carriage kind of turns and starts going west again up another street.
All right. The way I'm gonna try and follow on the rooftops is where I'm staying in line of sight of both of them, so that my group can keep following.
But
me.
you're still invisible.
You can always come back and.
Not invisible anymore.
Okay, so you guys see Nesla completely visible on the rooftops, just kind of bouncing around.
All right. We'll just. I mean, yeah.
We gotta follow him.
Yeah, I'm
See if
just
we can follow him.
like I say, trying to keep line of sight on both so that they have a beacon to follow the streets on.
Okay. Are you guys moving a little quicker now to keep up with Nesla in the carriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys start going, and you turn down to the left. You follow the tracks. You see that the tracks kind of have a deeper impression, almost like they stopped for a little bit, like looked around, and they turned off, went to the north, and they start going out of the village limits and kind of into a forest just outside of town.
I'll come down.
Like in the distance, about maybe 100 or so feet away, there's like these wrought iron gates, and then into a forest.
I'll come down about 1 block from the edge of town to ground level, and they went off into the woods that way through those gates.
Do we follow?
There's 12 of them just at the carriage. How many we're gonna end up with?
Well, at least we kind of have an idea of where this guy's gonna be, right? If we don't, we could just keep looking around, right?
I'll also mention this: if we're headed west, that is towards the temple, the keep. Two birds.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to make sure that that the shard isn't with this guy before we head into the place that, you know, kills you dead. Though it looks like
That's,
someone has a
that's
weapon that
where I
does that
think
already.
they're headed.
Oh, wait, what? They're actually
They
headed
are,
to the keep?
yeah, they're headed west out of town. If I recall the map correctly, the keep is to the west of town.
I mean, maybe
It
this...
doesn't mean they are going there. It just means same direction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should probably just...
It's pretty late at night, right?
Yeah. You guys have been scouting and moving, and then plus the dinner party, plus everything else. It was 6 p.m. when you guys started. It's probably closer to like 11 p.m.
Yeah, the night is still young. Let's go.
Alright, what are we doing? We gonna follow this tail, or are we gonna
We might
call
as
that
well.
good info? Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, let's keep following it.
Okay.
All right, I'll take up the lead again.
All right. And you're just gonna run through the city gates and out of the city and in towards the forest.
Yeah, almost say like standard pace.
Okay. So you guys travel. It looks you take travel for about 20 minutes. And you can see the carriage goes into the forest, and it's nighttime, so the forest is incredibly dark. But kind of like in the distance, a little bit in the forest, you see what looks like there's like little waypoints, like little checkpoints, kind of scattered along the roads that go into the forest, with like little lanterns, kind of bobbing in the dark.
Should we go around these or walk right past them?
And then off the road is just dense forest, dark, dense forest.
I imagine it'd be safer to just be right outside the light.
At least we can see what's trying to kill us if we're in the light.
Well, I mean, some of us can see in the dark.
I think most of us can see in the dark, actually.
Except for Una.
I may be tall, but I don't have the eyesight like a cat. And she just looks at Nesla.
Yeah. The 2 key points. I'm going to give her dark vision.
Oh.
What a happy little laughing Caleb.
I love Caleb, oh my god.
All right, yeah. So Una, Nesla gives you dark vision. How much dark is it? 60 feet.
Let's see, spells. Dark vision.
I assume it's 60 feet
Yeah,
if it's a
60
dark vision
feet.
spell. Okay.
She just like blinks her eyes and is just like,
And I guess because we're outside, everything goes from dark to
Like-
shades of gray.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
thanks, Nesla. And she just like pats him on the shoulder. Appreciate it, bud.
All right. Right around the edge of the lights, I suppose.
Okay.
Um,
You guys start going into the forest. It's been about 30 minutes since you cast Pass Without Trace.
Go up. Yeah, okay. Just making sure dark vision wasn't concentration too.
So you step into the forest, and as soon as you step in, those of you that have hair, which I think is everybody, you feel it kind of standing up, like on your arms and on the back of your neck, like just a weird feeling.
So you see Nesla turn into a puffball.
Essentially.
His tail goes like.
And you guys following the tracks still?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's,
Once I feel that, I'm going to start. I'm gonna start looking around very closely at things because now I'm freaked out.
Okay. What's that, Bernard? What were you saying?
Nothing. I was just saying we did agree that we weren't like going on the path, right, where the lanterns and stuff were, where we'd be in the light.
Yeah, every time we come to a light, we're going just around the outside of it.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving through the forest, technically then. They're kind of on the edge. Eerily quiet in the forest, but you still have that feeling like you're being watched almost. And you keep trekking along. And you can see the tracks kind of in the light. And it comes to a sort of fork in the road. And there's a kind of like a crude sign in the middle of the road, and it's kind of dilapidated and kind of ruined, almost like no one really comes this way and maintains this kind of road. And to the left, to the west, to the southwest, it says what's the name again? The actual name. Nedregard Keep. And then to the north, it says, check my map. To the north, it says, okay, Nvidia, which is another domain, which you guys would know from looking at the map.
It's obvious which way the tracks go.
Oh yeah, sorry. The tracks stop in front of the sign.
I'm gonna start feeling around where the tracks are, make sure they didn't just turn invisible.
Okay, give me an investigation check. I need to check something because I need to see if it's I need to see if it's disadvantage even in dim light, which is what even with dark vision on.
You got a 5.
Well,
either way, I'm just double checking. You don't find anything invisible.
Well, guys, gals.
So the tracks just like stop right in front of the sign.
Yeah,
There's like no footprints or anything.
No footprints
Okay.
or anything. Oh, sorry, no. There are footprints clustered around the sign, but they also stop there.
Una's gonna like walk over towards the sign, and she is going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You don't detect anything.
Cool.
I mean, you would. You detect like, oh, what's the radius on detect magic?
30 within 30 feet of me.
30 feet.
30-foot radius.
Let me check something.
60-foot diameter.
Yep, I'm checking something. You detect necromancy, and that's it. Coming from Ophelia.
Okay.
Specifically,
What?
specifically her like pouch where she keeps all her stuff.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Huh.
And then whatever else, any other magical items people have, that gets pinged, but nothing near the sign.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm not catching any magical vibes from the tracks ending. Suggestions, anyone?
Yeah, 12 guys hopped out and carried it the rest of the way.
Did they go behind the sign, like just straight?
There's just forest, dense forest behind the sign. And it doesn't look like anything moved through it, anything big, like a carriage. Or a horse, because there's nothing like trampled out of the way or anything.
Yeah, Bernard's gonna hold out a sword and then just extend it beyond that point and see if the sword kind of goes past the barrier or something.
Just into trees. And bushes and...
Well, like, there's no hidden veil or anything, it doesn't look like.
Una's gonna like go over to the side and kind of like grab it and see if it like if it like moves or anything strange, anything.
No, it's pretty sturdy. Even though it, like, you know, it's some of the wording has been like faded because again, not many people come this way.
Yeah.
But it's a sturdy sign. You actually don't budget much at all from it.
Alright, so maybe we just lost him. Maybe we should just head back now. See if one of them comes to kill us.
It's not a bad plan.
I think if we go back to town, no one's going to be welcoming this time.
They weren't very welcoming the first time either.
Is in this like area, like with the forest, is it so dense that we can't like it's not raining in here anymore?
Oh yeah, correct. It's
Or at
not
all?
it's not raining in here, no.
Okay. So the ground's like pretty like dry then in this area?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you were moving around the sign, what were you exactly trying to do?
I was trying to see if it would like turn or if there's any like hinges or
Investigation check, please.
Okay. $28.
There's a little tiny button that kind of blends in with the color of the sign, kind of at the base behind the sign. And it's kind of hidden in like the grass and stuff, but you can see it.
She's gonna turn towards them and be like, should I press it? And obviously they haven't seen it, but she just says that. Should I press it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe check it for traps.
Should we like?
With that investigation check, you did not detect any traps.
Just seems like a little.
Reword that. To give mystery. It appears like there's no traps.
You know, I just found it. It looks pretty good to me, you know. Safest button I've seen all night.
Nice.
So, do you guys want to stand back a bit and I'll press it? We can see what happens.
Bernard takes 2 big steps back.
Ophelia is behind Bernard.
Okay.
I'll step the other direction. I'm gonna get like between the sign and the woods.
Okay.
And Uda's going to press the button.
Alright, you press the button and there's like almost sounds like a loud gear grinding sound. Like a... And a piece of the ground where the sign is embedded in, about maybe like a 20 by 20 foot piece of ground, just seems to like shift down a little bit and start to go down like an elevator.
It's like the part that she's on.
Yeah, so the part you're on is starting to go down into the ground.
Oh, Looks like we need to
You
hop
guys
in,
joining me?
Jump on it.
Okay.
All right,
on.
let's do it.
And it goes
by the
down.
way, I don't think we need to interrogate him anymore. I think we found where we needed to go.
And
They might be the ones doing the interrogating soon.
Weapons free. Weapons free.
and this little elevator's piece of like land was supposed to descend down into this dark tunnel, and then brain fart. It goes down the tunnel like you don't see anything else but like solid like wall in front of you and around you like an elevator shaft. And it's because it's 20 by 20, and it goes down and down and down. 5 minutes pass and it's still going down.
Did you push the right button?
There was only one button that I found on the back of this thing.
That you found. What if it was a trick?
Nah, I think we're going exactly where we need to go. It's just taking a long time.
And then
Given
another,
the
way
cracks
down.
ended right there.
and then another 5 minutes. Sorry. And then there's a doosh, and a large stone wall grinds to the side. And ahead of you guys, you see a very dark tunnel. No torches whatsoever. But those of you with dark vision, which I think is everybody at this moment, you just see shades of gray and a 20-foot wide tunnel, 20 feet high. And you can feel the elevator starting to go back up a little bit. It's starting to like.
Oh, here we go.
Come on.
Are we
And,
going?
jump off, slide through
Ah.
the door.
All right, so you
I
guys.
jump off.
All right, you guys jump off the elevator and it goes back up, and you don't see any more buttons to kind of make it descend. Almost like there's a one-way elevator, and it starts to go back up. And this tunnel goes about maybe 150 feet. So those of you who don't have dark vision beyond 60 don't see anything beyond the 60 feet. Those of you that have 120 feet of dark vision, again, don't see anything beyond 120 feet. Just more tunnel. But on the ground, you do see carriage tracks. Or wagon tracks.
Where it went?
Okay. Same marching order, Nesla, Una, Ophelia, Bernard, or is it different now? Again, it's also a 20-foot wide corridor, so I just need to know the marching order for Stiff.
Bernard,
go-
you wanna get that little bit of light up there?
What's the marching order?
Yeah. I thought we were doing it before, like, or we want.
I'm asking if there's a different one now, because this corridor is 20 by 20, and just in case people
Alright.
want to look out for stuff.
I'll go beside Nesla so I can check for traps along as we're
Alright,
walking.
so we'll say you guys are in front then.
Yeah.
Alright, Ophelia and Bernard in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're looking for traps, Una?
Yep.
And do I need to drop another 2 points for pass without trace?
If you want, Pass Without Trace probably has like 10 minutes left, based on like the puzzle and then the elevator descent. More like 15 minutes left on Pass Without Trace, so it's up to you if you want to do that.
Alright, I'll give it about 10 and then.
Okay. And Una, you said you're looking for traps, right?
Mhm.
How are you doing looking for them? Are you like using your eyes, or are you like being a little more thorough?
I'm like kind of like running my hands like across the wall.
Cool. Investigation check.
23.
23. Safest corridor you've seen all day.
Cool, cool, cool.
And you guys get about 60 feet, and on your left is kind of like a large open doorway, and inside is the wagon with nothing in it, almost like it's been unloaded. And the horse is standing right there eating some hay. And it hasn't noticed you guys.
What's the leader doing?
Yeah, what are the leaders doing? Una and Nesla.
Point one way past the door and one way into the door.
And you guys can hear the audible sounds of a horse eating something.
Una's going to like signal towards the horse, but just kind of like put her hand out and just do like this. Just be like, stop, just look.
Yeah, I'll step into the stable room and look around just quietly.
Okay. In the western corner of the room, there's like a little table with a candle lit, so the horse can actually see. So it's not completely just engulfed in darkness. I'm just gonna roll something. Okay. Horse doesn't notice you when you step in.
Is that all that's in here?
Yep.
Yes.
Not much else.
Yeah, I'll step back out and just be like, keep going.
Alright. You guys keep going. Another 60 feet or so. Nothing of interest. Another 60 feet. Nothing of interest. It'd be about this time, Nesla, you can start to feel like the... oh no, you got like 10 minutes left. So it'd be about the 10-minute mark now for Pass Without Trace.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it.
Okay, 2 more key points. And you guys keep trekking down this corridor. And you eventually come to a door, an iron kind of door, wooden door with like iron framings and iron like bands kind of running across it. Like it's a very sturdy door. And then there's like a knob, a lock, and 2 put out torches beside the door.
Okay. Nudge Una.
She's gonna crack her knuckles and go up to the door and try to see if there's any mechanical traps going on here.
Alright, investigation check.
27.
Appears safe on this side.
This side, okay.
Well, obviously you can't see what's behind the door.
Oh, yeah. So she's gonna take out her thieves' tools and attempt to unlock it.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check with proficiency bonus.
$23.
23. You hear a like you unlocked it.
Just kind of like breathes a sigh of relief and just kind of like slowly steps back.
Okay.
She kind of looks towards Nesla and she just like puts her hand towards the doorknob and kind of like nods or shakes her head like a yes or a no.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull my little tri-staff out.
Okay.
She's gonna look towards like Bernard and Ophelia and just be like nodding her head. She's gonna turn the knob.
Okay.
And she's going to open the door.
Alright. You open the door, and there's actually light in this room. There's torches lit all on the walls. So it's very bright in here. And there's a desk where it looks like somebody usually sits behind this desk and does like paperwork and stuff, but there's no one sitting there right now. And there's just a single door on the western wall. On the ceiling, about 20 feet up, are 12 gibbets, so hanging iron cages. And inside are people kind of just sitting, various races of humans, half-elves, elves, gnomes, whatever, all in these kind of cages, and their mouths are sewn shut and their eyes are sewn shut.
Yikes.
And they're kind of just in these cages, kind of squirming around, because they heard the door open, but they're like, mm.
Oh, Jesus.
Terrifying.
And Una's going to kind of like before she steps into the room, kind of like check around like the threshold to see if there's any like thing funky going on if she steps through.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. So she's going to step into the room.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's about like a 40 feet by 20 feet. Yeah, and these gibbets with people in them. Like a desk, almost like it's a weird like room. You can't really don't really know what it's for, but there's like paperwork all over the desk. There's like a candle lit on the desk. The walls are lined with torches, and the torches seem to be like, set in like iron sconces. And on the west wall is another one of the doors, like the one you just moved through.
She's gonna go up to the desk
Mhm.
and see if there's any like identifying like stationery or like wax seals or anything.
No, none of that. It's all very secretive stuff you get. Almost like it's written in like a code that you can, however, understand because thieves can't. But it's a lot of like code but you can piece it together, and it's basically these people have basically, you get the idea. This is like a requisition room or a debt collection room, and upon closer inspection, it says what was taken from the people in the cages as debt. Some says eyes, some say tongues, fingers, toes, hands. And upon closer inspection of the people kind of squirming in the cages, you see some of them are missing fingers, some are missing hands. The ones that have their eyes sewn shut, you can probably figure out what was taken. The mouth sewn shut, you can figure out what was taken. They're kind of all in these gibbets. And that's essentially what you put this room together as. And also, there is one drawer on the desk that's locked.
I'm gonna go, or Una's gonna go around to it,
Mhm.
and she's gonna check if there's any like if the door's trapped at all before she tries to unlock it.
Okay, give me. Let me check something. Okay. Okay. Give me an investigation check.
26.
26. You don't appear to see any traps.
Cool. Cool. So she's gonna take out her thieves' tools and she's gonna try to unlock it.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check with proficiency bonus.
25.
25. Okay. You and open it up.
Is there anything inside?
Piece of parchment.
She's going to pick up the parchment.
All right. It's written in Thieves' Cant, and I will message you to what it says.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's going to take a bit. You know what? I'll say it out loud. Fuck it. It'll be quicker. Dear Azrael, a group asking questions in town. One looked like a furbolg, one was a cat, tiefling, and one also looked like a flaming person on fire. And you
It
kind of
doesn't.
and you kind of hear one of the corpses kind of mutter in one of the gibbets and kind of goes, like, looks at you because they still have their eyes. And they kind of look down and just go, "You shouldn't have opened that. They're gonna take your hands."
Well, I only have one to begin with now, so She like gestures at her like stone arm. And so, does it appear to be written in like blood or just ink or anything?
Ink, just ink.
Okay. And there's no like signature at the bottom?
Nope.
Just blank?
Just
Okay.
blank.
She's just gonna like look up at their group and be like, I think we found the where Asriel likes to hang out. And she's gonna take a look to see if there's anything else in the drawer, to see if there's like a false bottom or anything.
I think Garrett was trying to say something, but he's muted.
I was just gonna ask. Well, this sounds like a pretty good spot to ambush him if he comes back, right?
You're also muted, Jeremy.
Okay. Investigation check then, Una, for the false bottom, if you want to see if you can find one.
$26.
You find a false bottom.
Oh, that worked. She's going to open it and see if there's something in there.
Blank piece of parchment.
Blank.
Blank.
She's going to take it
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of look it over, kind of hold it up in the light. It's just like, what?
Doesn't show anything in the light.
What you got there?
It's a blank piece of paper, but something tells me it isn't so blank. And she's gonna like close the false bottom
Mm-hmm.
and put the original piece of paper on top,
Okay.
like where it was, and then close the drawer.
Okay.
This was hidden in an already locked drawer. Just call me, you know, just how I am. There's something up with this piece of paper. I kind of want to burn it because there's so many torches in here, but if that doesn't work, I feel that's like the bad first step. So anyone have suggestions here?
I would say don't burn it, but perhaps try heat.
Well, I'd say you might as well just wait until you could detect magic on it again, right? We don't have to figure out what it says right now.
How many times can you use detect magic as a furbolg? Una?
Just once per long rest, I think.
It's once per short rest.
Short rest.
Okay. Okay, cool. I was gonna see if the elevator ride would have been long enough to count as a short rest, but no. It was only 10 minutes.
Well, I don't have any ideas on that front. You know me. I'm Mr. Birdie, I guess.
You guys wanna take a little rest in here before we go see what's through the other door?
There is a single door. There's only one door in this room, so it's easy to barricade if you guys choose to. You know, whatever. It's your adventure.
The main thing, if we hang out in here, we've got to make sure they stay quiet.
At least looks like most of them will keep their mouths shut.
Yeah, most of them have their mouths shut. Sewn shut, rather.
If not, we'll just sew them for them, and she'll just kind of like look up.
No, just fine.
Stitches were never my area of expertise.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm.
Yeah, the rest of y'all hear that? Snitches get stitches.
Oh, jeez. I'm pretty sure they're aware.
And Una's just gonna look towards Ophelia.
Are you implying that I am a snitch?
I'm just, someone snitched on you.
I think I really snitched on myself, but whatever. I was quite loud when I said the things I said.
Well, as you guys kind of just chat amongst yourselves and kind of just look around at these individuals in the gibbets, I'll say, counting the walk down the corridor, the elevator ride, and kind of just hanging out here for a few minutes, that counts as a short rest. And the people in the gibbets, they do moan a lot, like, but you get the sense that it's a common occurrence and it doesn't stand out as peculiar.
Okay, well, the other door, is it in or out?
It looks like it is a pull door.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stick my rod in front of it and click it.
All right, nice. And I'll say, everything you guys have done, short rest would pop up. Investigating the room and everything, yeah.
Okay, so now it's going to use detect magic on
Alright.
that damn piece of paper.
So detect magic, also, whatever is in
Yeah.
the radius.
30 feet.
From the desk, specifically that drawer, you detect abjuration magic. Where the false bottom was, you detect abjuration magic. Does detect magic reveal the spell? I don't think it does. Nope.
Just the type or school it was
Yep,
used.
abjuration on the drawer. And the paper doesn't reveal any magic to it. That is totally wrong. Sorry. Illusion. Abjuration on the drawer, illusion on the paper. Yeah, that's it. And then obviously all the stuff you guys are wearing and got on you.
Oh. Huh.
What you got?
Well, she's like holding up the paper. She's like, there's some sort of illusion spell on this thing. And I might be able to detect magics, every once in a blue moon, every once in a short rest, but not very versed in it. And on the drawer, there's some abjuration magic going on. And that's some fun protective spells. And ooh,
Abjuration. That could be anything from like a locking spell to an alarm spell.
that's what I'm a little afraid of, Bernard. So Una's gonna like open the drawer because like she unlocked it.
Sure.
Like it's still unlocked. She's gonna open it.
Just imagine
and
every time she does that, it goes bring, bring in someone's head.
is it mostly coming from the false bottom or just the whole drawer?
Whole drawer,
Okay.
including the false bottom.
Okay. She's gonna close it one last time and she's just like, okay. Maybe we should be a little worried.
Nah. What about that paper?
There's some illusion magic going on here. And
Can anybody dispel it?
that's not my forte.
No, not mine either.
Sorry, can't help.
Neat. Okay. Well, I guess we're just hanging on to that for a while. You guys ready to go?
Una's just gonna like tear a little piece of the paper.
You tear a piece of the paper, and it engulfs in flames and disappears. And as the paper disappears, all of the torches in the room go out. And then there's a kind of like a shout in the room, like a scream, like, ah! And when the torches come back on, all the people in the gibbets are dead. And sitting behind the desk in the chair is this individual, red skin, a wide grin, fanged grin with no lips, two big curving horns going down his back, and two big black leathery wings, a big forked tail, cloven hooves, almost like goat feet, and big red clawed hands. And he just looks at Una and says, "Well, it's nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too, Azriel.
"No,
No?
my name is Belle."
Well, nice to meet you. It has a nice ring to it.
"You'll be hearing more from me soon. Thank you for..." Kind of like tilts his head towards the ceiling a little bit, then back at you, and then looks at the kind of like cinders on the floor. "Messing with the contract." And he disappears. And that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Haha, shit.
You,
Yeah!
Penny,
I think that's a little understated.
you're the worst luck. You break everything your characters touch.
I'm so excited because now I get to draft up an infernal contract.
Woo!
All the contracts you could have.
Henry, I need you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do I get my own pit fiend?
No.
My own carnifex?
No. No.
What it seemed like, and I mean, Justin probably shouldn't say anything.
Oh, I'm not going
about
to.
it. What it seemed like was that this guy had the what's his name?
Azrael Dak.
Yeah. Azrael had been put into or had accepted a contract for some reason.
And now you've messed with it.
And the contract is now void because it was torn. Though whether or not he entered this contract in order to protect himself from something or whether he needed it for power, we shall find out. I don't know.
Can I just say, as soon
it's
as
gonna
that
be a lot of fun.
happened, I ripped the paper and I fucking broke my otter box, so this is how this night's going.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck my life.
But we're definitely going to see how that plays out next week. There was a reason it was protected by magic.
I didn't do this. I was just trying to...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
But, man, I'm excited to see how that plays out. So, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you all next week for the continuation of this, and hopefully Soldiers of the Lich Screen on Sunday. But, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.